Gonzo.
And got everyone going, because then he found Cortland Sutton in the end zone, and it's 7-0. It's 7-0.
Looked pretty easy.
And, it looked good right there. It's like, okay, the kid's going to be all right. Certainly when the Denver defense was playing its best game, I think, in weeks. More complete game than I've seen in weeks. They were all over Drake Maye. I was concerned that he was going to start looking at the rush rather than down the field. And, Denver's up 7-0. And it's 4th and 1. And a 31-yard field goal, 2 yards closer than an extra point. Sean Payton decides to go for it. Now, I don't know if he was aware of the Doppler radar of what was heading to the stadium. I don't know if anybody did. Even if it's just like, hey, snow's possible. I'm sure he knew that. But CBS did a great job of a time lapse during the game where they showed you what the field looked like in the first quarter and what time it was mountain.
First play of the game.
Right, and then what time it went, and what it looked like at the outset of the second half. I mean, that snow came fast, and it started to accumulate fast. Like, that went from, oh, what a nice, crisp Rocky Mountain day with maybe some snow in the air, to this is a blizzard.
Whoa.
I know, so clearly, if Sean Payton knew what the second half was going to look like, he would have taken the points, because points are at a premium. But he did not. And I think to this moment, he will lament it, and we'll hear from him in a second. But New England got that moment and made the most of it, because they sniffed out whatever play he was thinking, which is part and parcel of the entire day. But even before the snow was coming, even at halftime, you could make the case that without that one throw to Mims over Gonzalez that led to the Sutton throw, Stidham was looking like a guy who hadn't played in 2 years. Like a guy who went 749 days between passes.
Yeah, he started to get super happy feet as the game went on.
I mean, you had to be concerned when Gonzalez gave up that throw, right?
Oh, man, right off the bat. It was very close to firing off a game over text to you guys, which, as you know, is the reverse jinx kiss of death. But yeah, very concerning, because you're just like, man, that's an all-pro corner. This guy is a backup who hasn't played in 2 years. Especially when, the Pats force a 3-and-out to start the game and then immediately go 3-and-out themselves. Did not look good.
And then
it was, yeah.
Yeah, and then, we saw what happened after that. Because what Jared Stidham looked like, a guy who hadn't played in 2 years the most, was flipping the ball into harm's way just to avoid a sack. Chest passing it like he's a member of the Denver Nuggets, not the quarterback of the Denver Broncos. And it being ruled initially an incomplete pass and then ruled a backwards pass that's not a touchdown, because they basically blew the whistle, blew the play dead. And then the Patriots scored with Drake Maye running it in. And for the second straight week, a Patriots team that was struggling in the first half with Drake Maye watched the opposing quarterback basically toss a live grenade into the middle of the Patriots defense, and they just took that grenade, ate it, and then exploded on the opposition after that. C.J. Stroud had an opportunity to rest on his defense, decides to flip it in the middle of the air, pick six. Jared Stidham has his defense rolling. For some reason, doesn't take the sack. This happens, tie game. Instead of being up 10-0, it's now 7-7. And that was the difference, because in the second half, the Patriots get the ball to start the half and start to impose their will, which they have been doing all season long, and especially on the road. A 9-minute drive to start that second half as the snow begins to fall and accumulate. And Andy Borregales kicks the field goal. Listen, nothing's a gimme in that weather. And Borregales actually missed one later on, and Lutz missed 2 more. But the 23-yard field goal, it was close enough. And that was all the scoring that was needed. Because the snow came, and the Broncos couldn't move the ball worth a lick. And if you're sitting here saying, and Broncos fans, I feel for you. I really do. Because Bo Nix should have been playing in that game. And I understand what Stidham was doing, and I don't mean to be unfair, but it was just gutting to me. I don't know if you saw the video of Nix. Somebody took video, I guess, on their phone of him leaving the game, going to an elevator. He must have been watching in a suite upstairs. You know, he's on a scooter. His surgically repaired ankle up in the air behind him. And he's got to be sick to his stomach. They all have to be sick to their stomach. But at the end of the day, the Patriots were the ones moving the football. They were the ones actually picking up first downs. Denver couldn't do it. You know? Drake Maye might have had the added benefit of it was easier to spot the defenders that he needed to avoid because they were wearing orange, and it was tougher for Stidham to spot the defenders because they were blending into the snow. I'm serious. That's how crazy it was beginning to get.
It felt like that was definitely the case on a couple of. You could see Stidham was looking deep and then kind of.
Yeah, he had a double clutch.
He had a double take, a double pump.
And then finally he just decided to put one up for grabs, and Gonzalez said, I'm not getting beat over my head this time. And that was the end of that. But the true end of everything was Drake Maye and the Patriots needing one more first down to just flat out end it. And him apparently on this keeper that he came up with the final first down necessary for the Patriots to move on to Super Bowl 60. He apparently did that on his own. Ooh. And all his linemen after the game told the media was, I'm blocking. And all of a sudden, the guy I'm blocking is running away to the other direction. I'm wondering what's going on. Oh, that's Drake Maye by himself. He decided to keep it on his own and admitted as much after the game.
Yeah, I mean, we were in big personnel running. You're running the same deal to the right, little stretch play, and at some point, they get lackadaisical and got a chance to get around the edge. And I thought he was going to track me and hawk me down, but got enough to pick up the first. And Coach Raves would probably get mad about running out of bounds, but at that point, it doesn't matter when you get the first down. So that was a cool moment and cool to separate those guys. It's always cool finishing in victory formation. It's pretty sweet.
I mean, young enough to not know any better. And then Vrabel might have been with McDaniels like, what's he doing?
Probably definitely.
Until it's just like, way to go, kid.
Hey, nice job.
I don't think he was complaining at all about him running out of bounds as long as he picked up that first down. And Mike Vrabel, man, he is going to the Super Bowl as the head coach of the New England Patriots, the only other individual to start for as a player and then represent as head coach in a Super Bowl is Gary Kubiak, who went to, wait for it, Super Bowl 50 and won it. In the building where Vrabel's now heading for Super Bowl 60, can't make it up, man. And so Vrabel was asked what it felt like when the clock hit 0.
I do this for the players. I've been in their position. I have. I've been there. And it's amazing. And I want other people to feel that feeling. And it's for our families who make a lot of sacrifices and the excitement and the joy that they have. Trust me, I'm fine. Like I'll be okay. I do this for the players to be able to experience this with their families, and our coaches to be able to experience it with their families.
I love this guy, as does New England. He will never buy another drink in New England again. By the way, I don't think he was needing to reach. He's already reached that status.
Yeah,
but now, I mean, honestly, he could just a statue. I'm serious, like that. He's in line for that, and he, holding up that Lamar Hunt trophy for everybody to soak in.
Looks small.
His predecessor, as you all know, once removed, began to treat the Lamar Hunt trophy like a hood ornament. He would just grab it and hand it off to somebody. You take it. I think Jonathan Kraft might have had a few of those handed to him.
What am I going to do?
Bears. Here, you take it. Because this is not what we do it around here for. But Vrabel has every right to take that thing and hold it up and say, this is a massive achievement. Back-to-back 4-win seasons, and they're going to the Super Bowl. Back-to-back 4-win seasons. And again, give it up. Josh McDaniels comes back. He is as great as they come in his role. Look at what Drake May's doing. Steph Diggs is added. Give it up to Elliott Wolf. He drafted his head off. Daniel Jeremiah said it in Green Bay when we were there for the draft. He's like, the Patriots had the best draft. Let's see what they can do with it. I don't think anybody walked out of Green Bay thinking Super Bowl. Super Bowl. And all the rookies and all the veterans that they decide to keep or add in Milton Williams. And then for them to, you see that T-Strong logo that's on Vrabel's pullover or his hoodie. That is for the defensive coordinator, Terrell Williams, who had to step away to deal with cancer, a cancer diagnosis. And the linebacker coach, Zach Kerr, steps in to call the plays. Where the hell did he come from?
He's been unreal.
He was the number of times that Sean Payton's dialing something up, it looked like he was a move ahead of Sean Payton. You can't be usually a move ahead of Sean Payton an entire game, in a championship game. I mean, these guys are balling out. They're everywhere. They lost Spillane in the middle. They didn't have Landry going in. Damn, they are just clicking on every cylinder right now. And, and this is part of the reason, whatever play call Kerr dialed up on that 4th down and Sean Payton's decision to go for it, and it didn't work out, that is what is lingering the most from this AFC Championship game. And Sean Payton was asked about it afterwards and had this to say.
I think the feeling was, man, let's be aggressive. To get up 14, I was just watching the way our defense was playing. And, the turnover on our end resulting in a touchdown. And outside of that, man, I thought we did a good job in containing them. There'll be a number of things when we watch the tape I'll look at and critique and pay close attention to. But it was a hard-fought game, and we didn't do enough to win it.
Listen, I understand it, right? 14 points would have been enough to win it. At the end of the day.
Yeah, no doubt.
At the end of the day, the 14, he was going for the game winning requisite amount of points.
Oh, and 14-0, just the way the Patriots offense.
Right. So I get it.
Yeah.
But tip the cap, whatever. I mean, take a look at that play again. It was dead on arrival. Right after the snap, there were two defenders already in the backfield. Stidham was finished. I mean, he put it, I was almost intercepted. Actually, it would have only netted him like 2 yards picking it off. Got to give it up. The field goal would have just, if they had the 10 points, we'll see what would happen in the second half. It would have been nice to have those points on the board. Clearly, when Lutz had 2 shots at it, missed 2 of them. The second one was a tip ball.
Yeah.
Romo said he thought it would have been that ball would have been a good field goal by Lutz.
Yeah, deflected it just enough.
And they didn't pick up on it till the second or third replay.
I mean, how could you see anything?
Yeah. I'm sure they had a hard time in the booth even seeing the yard marker.
Sure.
I mean, Jim Nance at one point was like,
God,
I don't even know where the punt landed out of bounds.
I would love to tell you. I'd love to tell you where the ball is, folks, but it would be just a guess. I love that. It's awesome broadcasting. It's human. It's normal. It spoke perfectly to the state of affairs.
I mean, at one point they had the superimposed yard markers out there,
But then-
and you couldn't see the Patriots players
players.
because the white jerseys blended in.
They were doing their best. They were doing their best. The 17 combined points scored in the AFC Championship game tied for the third fewest combined points in any conference championship game, all tied. The 10 for the Patriots that won it are tied for the second fewest in a conference championship game win all time. The Bills in 91 had just 10 to beat the Broncos. So it's again they lose with an opponent with 10 points in a winner go home game. The Rams beat the Buccaneers in 1979 in the NFC Championship game 9-0. That's it. So that's the fewest combined points in any conference championship game ever, and the fewest winning points. And the Patriots move on, and the Broncos go home. 844-204-RICH, number to dial. Your phone call still to come. When we come back, is this it for Matthew Stafford?